Young Dre, this is the future you. Take a look at yourself. This is what you look like. All right, cool. So hopefully this message finds you in some multiverse, preferably around the time or before the time you're getting ready to buy your first brand new car. And the message I have for you is the following: leave that Chevy on the lot. Let me say that again. Leave that Chevy on the lot. It's not a good idea. Don't do it. All right. So I know you're young and you got a job and you wanna stimulate the economy. You wanna feel like you're a part of society and the economy and all. Man, don't do it. Leave that Chevy on the lot. All right. So here's what happens to this version of you. All right. So this version of you basically is hard headed. Right. We go on this Chevy website. We play around with the make, models, and trims, and we fall in love with the Chevy Malibu. We like, man, we gotta have it, man. We gotta have this car, man. Like you're like in love with this car for whatever reason. I don't know why, but we go to work and we have this coworker named Craig. He's an older gentleman, older dude, and we go in his office and I go up to him and I'm like, hey, what's going on, Craig? I'm like, yo, I'm getting ready to buy a new car. And he gets excited. He's like, oh, for real? He's like, man, what kind of car are you getting ready to buy? I'm like, I'm getting ready to get this Chevy Malibu. And he goes, oh, man, sorry to hear that. And I'm like, is he joking? Is he playing around? Like, are you joking? He was like, you'll see. So I'm thinking he's like joking around and shit, right? Then another coworker of ours comes in the office. This dude named John, older cat. John comes in the office and Craig goes, hey, Andre, tell Craig what kind of car you gonna buy. And John goes, well, what kind of car you gonna buy? And I'm like, I'm getting a Chevy Malibu. And John just goes, don't do it. Don't do it. He's like, look, he said, John's like, look, he said he has this white Chevy Silverado that he's trying to get rid of. He's like, man, I'm trying to get rid of this piece of shit, man, because I had to change my radio out 3 times and I'm tired of this car. So me being me, I'm hard headed. I'm like, well, maybe they just had bad experiences with Chevy. I'm gonna go and fuck with a Chevy. So I went ahead and got this Chevy Malibu off the lot. And within 200 miles, my TPS sensor went out. Like I'm doing like 35, 40 miles on the road. My shit just throttled down to like 1 mile an hour. So I had to restart my shit. Then I restarted it. The next day I took it in to get it serviced under warranty. They fixed it, no big deal. Right? Next month, radio went out. Like my radio looked like some shit off the Matrix. Like it had the little green dots that were like stringy, the green stringy shit. Like that's what my shit looked like. I couldn't even tell the time on my console. So I'm like, all right, cool. Took it in. They swapped out my radio. Boom, I'm good. So I think, right? 4 months later, radio go bad again. Same thing. Got to swap it out, right? Then I ship my car to California because we get a job in California, and then all is good. And then my radio goes out again, and it goes out at like roughly like 59,900 miles, right? And my warranty is like 60,000 miles, right? So I get the radio swapped out. I'm like, okay, good. That's it. So 4th of July weekend comes around and we get our first bonus, right? And we get paid and we have a long weekend. Guess what my car decides to do? My car decides to break the fuck down. Fuel pump fucks up, right? And it did it on a Friday. So I had to pay to get my car towed to a mom and pop shop, and I was grounded for a 4-day weekend. And I had to burn my whole bonus and some of my like current paycheck that I had for that week to get that shit fixed. And I even tried calling around Chevy. I tried to see if they could do anything for me. And I was like maybe 2,000 miles outside of warranty. And I was like, yo, can't y'all do something for me? I mean, I'm trying to, what's going on? Can y'all help me out? And they were like, nope, sorry, you're out of warranty. Right? So I ate it. So needless to say, what I did was I ended up getting that car fixed and I got it the fuck off my hands. And that's the end of that story. All right. And then the funny part was was Chevy, man. They started like calling around, right? Because they wanted to like see what I did. They were like, "Hey, man, so did you get your Chevy fixed?" I was like, "Yeah." So like they were like, "How does it work?" I'm like, "I don't know." They're like, "What do you mean? How come you don't know how it works?" I'm like, "Cause I got rid of the motherfucker." Well, would you mind telling us what you bought? I'm like, "Yeah, I got me a Toyota." Oh, is there anything we can get? Click, hung up on the motherfuckers, man. Fuck that. Learn to make a fucking car, man. Um, so yeah, so that's my experience with buying Chevy, man. So um, hopefully, you take heed to this, and hopefully, you let me just tell you what to do. Fuck hope. Let me tell you what to do. All right. Here's what you do, young Dre. What you do is the following. What you do is you go to Toyota and get you something like a Prius. Because they probably have like 0% financing through Toyota. Get you like a Prius, or if you want to spice it up a little bit, get you a Camry hybrid, right? Get you something with some good mileage. You know what I mean? Get the shit, pay it off, and this version of you will still be driving that shit. So that's what you do, right? And in addition to that, take that '98 Buick Riviera. I know you love that '98 Buick Riviera. I know you love that car, but you gotta let that thing go, man. Use that shit as a down payment on your Toyota, right? Get that shit knocked out, and this version of you will be driving that, and we'll be like $25,000 richer from all this at the end of the day. All right, so leave that Chevy on the lot. I hope you get this. All right.